Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
Good afternoon, everybody. Some activity on radar. Spotty stuff. We're tracking it through your Tuesday and Wednesday.
He wasn't the gunman, but that did not save this man from a long prison sentence and the Easter Sunday revenge killing of this little girl. And an 81-year-old man is shot during a carjacking early this morning on Detroit's west side. He's now recovering, but the shooter is still out there, and it sounds like it'll be a difficult one for police to solve. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Rhonda Walker, and we do begin with the story of this 81-year-old man lucky to be alive this afternoon. There is very little evidence for police to work with on the shooting that took place outside of a liquor store on Detroit's west side, right along Joy Road near I-96. Nick Monticelli has been there since very early this morning. Following the investigation, I understand you also spoke with this man.
I did. I went to his house actually just a few blocks away, and he is home recovering, although he is in immense pain this afternoon. The shooting happened right inside of this parking lot, right next to this Big Daddy liquor store. He was leaving the liquor store, and that is when not one but two suspects came up and tried to carjack him, rob him, and then shot him.
He was moving me back and forth. He moved back and forth to the other guy, to one or the other. And that's when I was trying to get away from him, Oh, yeah,
that's good. 81-year-old Herman Garth is still in so much pain he can barely walk. The U.S. Air Force veteran went out to get a late-night pop from his liquor store when he and the clerk noticed something wasn't right.
Guy in the party store, when I was getting ready, he said, you been watching some guys out there to rob you. I said, yeah. I said, I'm getting my car. I'm going home. He said, okay. He said, hurry up and get in your car and go. I said, I am.
But instead, those two suspects carjacked Garth, taking his 2013 Chevy Cruze. But they didn't know how to open the key, which just flips out, agitating them. So a fight began.
One, he pushed me over to the other guy, and I went to the other, and I grabbed this other guy in the waist. And then the other, they started scuffling with me. And the other guy, they had a gun, shot me.
Shot once in the leg, which also went through his other leg.
And I went down to my knees. On both my knees, and I couldn't get up.
His stepdaughter is outraged that anyone would shoot an 81-year-old.
It's ridiculous that they would sit there and shoot an 81-year-old man. And look at him. If it was two of them, there's nothing that he could do to two guys.
Now back out here live, one of the problems, as you can see, is there are no security cameras, not on this apartment complex and not on the side of this liquor store either. And also we noticed the evidence technicians, when they were here early this morning, they did not see any evidence worth marking here. So if you know anything or saw anything suspicious early this morning around 1:30, please call the Detroit Police Department or Crime Stoppers. That number is 1-800-SPEAK-UP, because again, an 81-year-old man was shot. We're live on Detroit's west side. Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
Oh, Nick, this is just so upsetting. An Air Force veteran at that. Thank goodness he's going to recover from his injuries. But a couple of questions. One, you mentioned the clerk inside was kind of aware that something might go down. And also, was anything else stolen from Garth?
All right, so the victim in this case, again, Herman Garth, unfortunately did have a lot of cash on him, about $700. He gave that right up, but he is out that money apparently after some casino wins. And yeah, the clerk kind of knew. He said there's a couple of guys out there. You might want to be aware of them. So he knew, tried to get back in his car real quick. It just was not fast enough.
Oh, and too bad that clerk wasn't able to help in that situation either, but thankfully he'll recover. Right. Meantime, there's some folks that need to get off the street. They're dangerous, clearly. Nick, thank you. Yep. We also want to get you updated on some breaking news just in this noon of a Dearborn police officer that's now facing charges after allegedly inappropriately touching a woman during a traffic stop. The incident involving Officer Justin Smith happened in May. Smith was arraigned last week and released on a $10,000 bond. He has been suspended without pay while the Dearborn Police Department awaits the results of the case. His preliminary exam is scheduled for September 9th. A Detroit man was sentenced today to at least 20 years in prison for his role in the shooting death of a 3-year-old little girl. 30-year-old Jonathan Brooks was found guilty. He was found guilty of home invasion and firearms violation. He said that he was simply a witness to the shooting death of Anaya Montgomery in a revenge shooting on Easter Sunday on Detroit's west side. But Judge Timothy Kenny said Brooks was responsible for this child's death.
You were involved, you were there in the car with the shooter driving there, and you were there with the shooter driving away, and you were prepared to be the wheelman to drive away. And but for your active involvement, that 3-year-old child would be alive today.
The family of Anaya Montgomery chose not to be in court for today's sentencing. Melvindale residents will learn even more this evening about why Chad Hayes was suspended as the city's police chief. At a city council meeting last night, residents were given 4 reasons for the suspension of Chad Hayes. They include disparaging social media posts and then lying about those posts, also making misleading statements about an employee's future, suspending an officer without proper procedures, and also changing police procedures for towing vehicles.
I deny all the charges against me.
When Melvindale City Council continues its hearing this evening, residents will hear about a 5th reason for the chief's suspension. Now let's get over to Brandon and talk about our forecast. A few clouds and a little rain today.
Few areas getting the rain right now, and more of us will probably see it as we get into the afternoon, early evening. Near 80 degrees with a plume of warm air here. 80 degrees exactly at Metro Airport, 79 Pontiac and Ann Arbor. It's 81 in Monroe, 76 in Harrow, Ontario. Mount Clemens at 83. Add the humidity, which isn't stifling, but it's slightly uncomfortable. It does bump the temperatures up a couple of degrees. Let's show you the radar here now. And Brighton getting a decent shower. This will be moving into Oakland County over toward Milford. Also Howell getting some wet weather, everything moving from west to east. The wider view, well, we've got a warm front in the vicinity, and that will be the spark for a few showers through the afternoon and evening, and that cold front comes through tomorrow. But middle 80s, feeling even warmer than that. And the main window for most of us, even though we're seeing some action now, between 3 and 8 p.m. scattered showers in the area. What zone are you in? Well, we'll share it with you online, but you can always find your zone. The 4-zone weather is on clickondetroit.com. Just click on the weather tab.
Thank you, Brandon. Today, Michigan released the newest M-STEP scores, and unfortunately, the results were not as good as expected. The M-STEP is the state's new standardized tests issued to students. The exam tests students in various categories, including math, science, and social studies. This year, the results showed less than half of Michigan students reached 50% proficiency in core subjects. The 2 subjects students did excel in were 5th grade and 11th grade English, and that's it. The public uproar over shocking price increases for the emergency allergy treatment EpiPen. Activists will be delivering petitions with more than 600,000 signatures to the headquarters of the parent company that makes EpiPens, Mylan. The price of the injection treatment recently climbed by more than 400%. Although the company will soon sell a cheaper generic version, the activists will ask Congress to reform regulations to stop pharmaceutical price gouging. Still ahead on your Tuesday afternoon, find out why Ireland has been ordered to go after Apple for more than $14 billion. Plus, Ryan Lochte leaves no doubt about whether he'd return to Brazil if he's officially charged for lying to police in Rio. And up next, dramatic cell phone video of a freeway pileup and the people who rushed to help when a car caught fire.
Of course, we've all heard behind every good man stands a strong woman. Well, apparently the same is true for stadiums and arenas. So we're right here at the new Red Wings Arena. We understand there are women doing some amazing work and very unconventional jobs. Got my hard hat. I'm going to go in and take a look. I'll see you today at 4 on First at 4.
Welcome back. Some dramatic dash cam video out of New York shows a horrifying crash on a busy expressway and the brave actions of those involved. You can see multiple cars crashing into each other as another car bursts into flames. Luckily, though, others involved in the crash jumped out, responded quickly to put the flames and save the woman from the car. In total, there were 10 cars involved in this crash. 10 people were taken to the hospital for injuries, but thankfully, no one was killed. Ryan Lochte future travel plans do not include returning to Rio. Lochte spoke with TMZ while leaving Los Angeles on Monday and said that if he was ever officially charged in Brazil by a Brazilian court for filing a false police report, that he would not turn himself over to Brazilian authorities to stand trial. Brazil has not officially banned Lochte from entering the country, although it seems less than likely the swimmer will ever return. Apple is being forced to pay billions of dollars to Ireland after the European Union found them guilty of avoiding tax payments. The European Union found that Apple had struck a deal with Ireland to pay a low tax rate in exchange for operating business in that country. Now the EU wants Apple to pay back over $14 billion plus interest to Ireland. Apple claims that they paid every cent of their taxes and that they plan to fight the EU in European courts. Still ahead, it's Tuesday, which means Tasty Tuesday around here at Local 4, where we take you to new restaurants around town. This time, definitely a diner that's tucked away, but Brandon, boy, once you taste the food, you'll know how to find it.
You're going to want to find it when you see it. And we are looking out for some showers out there. Not a whole lot of action going on, but we are watching for rain the next 24 hours or so, and then wait until you see the cooler numbers for your Arts, Beats, and Eats weekend.
I'm Hall of
Welcome back, everybody. Well, you may soon be hearing Michigan farmers saying, how about these apples? According to the Michigan Apple Committee, our state can expect a harvest of 31 million bushels of apples this year. Well, what does that mean to you? It could be the biggest apple harvest in history, up 7 million from last year. The surge is due to a combination of technological advances and high-density planting. The Michigan apple crop will be shipped, I should say, from right now all the way through next June. So we'll benefit here and, of course, export to other places outside Michigan to benefit here.
Yeah. It's great apples.
Yeah, tell me about it. And of course, it's Labor Day weekend, which means a lot of our apple orchards are going to be opening up just in time. We have Arts, Beats, and Eats. We have the Jazz Festival. And I know it's only Tuesday, but you can't help but look ahead to your forecast for the weekend. It's perfect.
Well, yeah, I mean, today's going to be the last really warm and muggy day of the week. So tomorrow, because of some shower action and cold front, we probably won't see quite as warm a number, but we're looking at much cooler stuff coming your way by the end of the week. We're sitting at 80 degrees. You see the clouds out there, a little hazy, humidity not terrible, but just like yesterday, muggy enough to feel it. Feels like 82, so heading up into the middle 80s today, and that will feel just a degree or 2 or 3 warmer. South winds at 7 miles an hour, pumping in that warmer air and a little bit of humidity. We mentioned the shower just kind of parked right over Brighton right now, and I-96, so if you're driving out that way, some wet roadways there. This is coming into Heartland, over toward Commerce Township, Waterford, Milford area. Just a few spotty showers. There are reinforcements behind that, mainly between 3 and 8 o'clock as warm front gets closer and closer, and an extra trigger for some showers is the heat as we build it into the middle 80s. More chances for these spotty showers. Nothing severe expected, but you could get a quick little gully washer with a little bit of lightning, so you want to watch out for that. 68 degrees, the overnight low with a few showers. Our Paul Gross says never trust a warm front, so although we're not under any risk for severe weather, we'll just need to be watchful. Cold front as we head into tomorrow will be a big-time difference maker. We do start with some shower chances maybe through the lunch hour before that front completely scours us out and moves through, but it looks like as we head through the second half of the day on Wednesday, we're going to start to feel some of that cooler air coming in. Model shows a lot of the activity in our north zone today, and that's areas M59 and north. But I think spotty showers all over the place will be the best bet. And just know that we're using words like isolated, spotty, scattered. So there's no washouts here. You get a quick little 15, 30-minute dumping, and then you're on with your plans until perhaps the next round. But through Wednesday, here we go, starting to clear things out a little bit and cool off. It may be temporary as the cooler air sinks in on Thursday. Looks like the better chance again in our north zone Thursday for some lake-enhanced showers. That's really about it. And again, that is Thursday. So before the cold front comes through, we keep shower chances through lunch on your Wednesday. And then Thursday, a mix of clouds and sun for most of Metro Detroit with showers north into the thumb by Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Labor Day. It's the Ford Arts, Beats, and Eats. And of course, the big holiday weekend. We are nice and cool, 50s to 70s for highs, and a lot of sunshine, especially by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday into Labor Day. Looking really, really good. Well, this place has a walk-up window for dog walkers and also for those late-night bar crowds. It's Tasty Tuesday, and this place takes a little bit of a backseat to some of the high-profile storefronts in Ferndale, but the food is fab and available when you may need it most. Brand new and tucked behind Pops on 9 Mile in Ferndale is a dinette open daily. They boldly call the Daily Dinette open most days 7 a.m. to 11 p.m.
And then Fridays and Saturdays from 7 in the morning until 3 o'clock in the morning.
We'll get back to the wild weekend hours, but let's dive into the donuts. Kaylin Spencer is the dough guru, making fresh donuts daily with the traditional and the why didn't I think of that varieties.
Peanut butter donut that's a yeast donut dipped in peanut butter with shortbread crumbles.
The Samoa Girl Scout donut with toasted coconut and the PB&J donut. Keeping up with the trends, you just might find a Pokeball donut which has
strawberry and blueberry in the icing.
Wash it down with a mighty good nitro coffee or a homemade shake. The Daily Dinette says why not have both? Daily Dinette has breakfast sandwiches, hot dogs, fries, and tots. And you've got to try their burgers, secretly sauced.
You can get a single, double, or a triple, and we also have a really good veggie burger.
Remember, this place stays open until 3 a.m. Saturday and Sunday nights. They have a walk-up window in the back for early morning dog walkers and the late-night weekend crowds.
To accommodate the bar rush, and it's actually good, quality food. So you can get a salad or donuts or a burger.
Well, I want to fix what I mentioned in the story was actually a mistake. Friday and Saturday nights, they're open until 3 a.m. So technically they are open until 3 a.m. on Sunday, but it's Friday and Saturday nights they have those
Not on our
hours.
way to work on Monday morning.
No,
okay.
no. But today at the Daily Dinette, 99-cent conies and hot dogs. The diner is located on West 9 Mile Road in Ferndale. Opens again, hours until 11 o'clock tonight during the weekday.
Everything that they brought in was so good.
Very delicious.
Yes, good for them. Well, there's a bit of controversy over some very expensive tennis shoes that look old and worn out. Take a look.
Mine could be worth?
No, I don't even think you have any that look this bad. Would you pay upwards of $600 for them? We'll tell you more about them when we come right back.
Not that color.
Okay, believe it or not, these shoes that you're about to see are supposed to look worn out, and they actually are.
Very worn out. People are paying extra for their shoes to look, well, like your 7-year-olds.
Yeah, some of the shoes are even held together with high fashion duct tape. And just how much are people paying to have someone else wear the sneakers for them, to wear them out a little bit? So this is the high-end brand Golden Goose, and it's selling the distressed Superstar sneakers at Barney's for about $600 a pair. $600 people are paying for these things.
And of course, people are having fun with this on Twitter. Here's a perfect response. Somebody posted a picture of their old Chuck Taylors asking, how much would you pay for these?
Put the Golden Goose label on them and you can get a good $600 for them.
I'm going to pay $1,000 for those.
Nuts. Can't believe people spend that much on sneakers.
Chuck Taylors.
Have a good day, everybody.